You know, our partnership is like the best buddy cop duo, fighting for Bubba. Like brothers, Bubba had a big question for Forrest. Did he want to join him in shrimping? Forrest eagerly accepted. Bubba was thrilled because he already had amassed a plan to get a loan for a shrimp boat after the war. This boat is home and shrimp factory, no rent profits split down the middle. They'd feast on shrimp whenever they wanted. After hearing this, Forrest was seriously impressed. He thought Bubba was a genius. Meanwhile, Forrest started writing letters to Jenny, one each day, without fail. Even though Jenny never wrote back, Forrest couldn't wait for the war to end so he could go shrimping with Bubba. Finally, the sun broke through the clouds like a long-lost friend, but this peaceful moment vanished in an instant. Forrest's unit suddenly got ambushed, and watching his buddies fall one by one, the order to retreat was yelled out. But retreat sounded like alien talk to Forrest until Bubba shouted run, then it clicked. He became a bolt of lightning in that moment, running so fast even bullets struggled to catch him, just like Jenny said run when in danger. Forrest left his teammates in the dust, only to turn around and realize he was all alone. Bubba was his best buddy. He had to make sure Bubba was okay, so he turned back to look for him, spotting many injured buddies along the way, despite the past insults. But all Forrest felt was compassion. Refusing to leave them behind in despair, he carried each one to safety. On the way back, Forrest tripped but discovered that Lieutenant Dan was injured. Forrest tried to take him out of there, but he was turned down. Lieutenant Dan even called for air support, wanting to shine on the battlefield, while Forrest was determined. Forrest threw Lieutenant Dan over his shoulder and ran towards Hope. Getting bitten in the chase, he didn't care. He just wanted to get him settled and then keep looking for Bubba. Then Lieutenant Dan grabbed his shirt. For Forrest, Bubba's safety was priority number one. Finally, he spotted the badly hurt Bubba in the thick brush. He softly comforted Bubba while skillfully darting through the trees to dodge enemy fire. Thankfully, they managed to dodge the shells. But fate dealt Bubba a cruel joke. He couldn't make it through. In his final moments, Bubba said to Forrest a memorable phrase that he would cherish and never forget for the rest of his days. Forrest finally got the true horror of war. He lost his best friend. Later at the field hospital, he found out the thing that bit him was called a bullet. Everybody said that wound was worth $1 million, but Forrest never saw a dime. Still, he cherished that gift. It meant endless ice cream for life. However, Lieutenant Dan was constantly clouded by gloom, as if the war had claimed his very soul. The war took his legs and planted the seeds of resentment in his heart. He harbored a deep resentment towards Forrest for rescuing him from the brink of death, cruelly robbing him of the precious chance to die a hero's death and earn a medal of glory. To him, everyone's destiny was like a ticking time bomb, some light as a feather, others heavy as a mountain. As a born soldier, he believed he should bask in glory, not whittle away in this world. But Forrest just didn't get. His stubbornness wasn't living, the greatest luck of all. Why subject yourself to such agony over a battle that is now in the past? During his hospital days, Forrest accidentally discovered he had a knack for ping pong. At first, he thought it was fun, but soon he was a pro. Next day, Forrest got great news. He was being awarded a Medal of Honor. He was so thrilled to share this with Lieutenant Dan, because in his heart, Lieutenant Dan would always be his admired commander, but little did he know, Lieutenant Dan had quietly left. Forrest's medal ceremony was broadcasted live nationwide. He heroically saved his unit, becoming a national hero. Again, he joined a surprise protest rally. The crowd was electric, caught up in fiery passion, while Forrest cluelessly wandered into an anti-war protest. Just then, a well-known voice echoed out, "Stop right there, please." Without hesitation, Forrest jumped off the stage towards that figure who pulled at his heartstrings, finally reunited with Jenny. At that moment, all the anti-war speeches faded away, and the heartfelt embrace became the prettiest sight. The crowd cheered for Forrest and Jenny's reunion, but Jenny's friends didn't seem too friendly, showing a hint of indifference. But they all knew the truth inside the story. The anger I've been trying to walk away from. You've reopened my wounds. Forrest stepped up again, proposing to be Jenny's boyfriend, but she didn't reply. Instead, she opened up to Forrest about her wanderings and searching. As if God hadn't given her freedom, she made her soul free. She roamed everywhere feeling the spirit of freedom, and told Forrest their fates were like parallel rivers, each flowing to a distant shore. She longed to chase the light of freedom in her heart, and Forrest knew Jenny always craved this freedom. As they parted, she gave him the Medal of Honor, explaining he got it for doing what she taught him: just keep running. Then they embraced deeply, their hearts closely connected at this moment, giving each other a beautiful goodbye. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.